We are living at a moment right now where it feels harder than ever before to find and keep devoted employees. We know that every employee in every job and every company on planet Earth is walking around with a kind of internal psychological scorecard. And if you can consistently check the box next to the experiences that make up that scorecard, people will join, stay, care, and try.
You will become what we call a destination workplace.
Everyone is quitting. That's been the message. But that's really only half the movie. Last year, in the United States, 44.8 million Americans voluntarily quit their jobs. But would it surprise you to learn that during the exact same period of time, there was actually 40% more hiring? When you look closely at the data, what quickly becomes clear is not that people are quitting, it's that they're switching. People are switching jobs to improve their quality of life. Because what's happening right now is not a blip or a fad. It's not an event, it's an era. There's a generational shift taking place around how work fits into our lives. We analyzed more than 200 studies and articles on why people quit a job, take a new job, or consistently decide to stay with an employer. And what became clear is that it becomes much easier to find and keep devoted employees if you are consistently winning in 3 areas of the employee experience.
An extremely dynamic speaker, very engaging, and like you couldn't take your eyes off of them.
I've been in meetings where it's been so boring. There was none of that in this case.
Do you have a scorekeeper on your team? That person who is just so darn busy, and they tell you about it all the time, which is absurd when you think about it, right? Because if they're so darn busy, how do they have the time to keep track of what everybody else is doing? Let the spirit move you, sister. Give me another example of team drama. Rumors. Somebody over here, give me an example. Still gossip. They're having a hard time moving past it.
And so I will invite you to consider that there are 2 ways you can think about getting better at this. Top level is systemic. Second level is interpersonal. Right now, decisions about retention and effort at work are tied to quality of life more than anything else. So that people in our organization believe that not just me as their boss, but that the organization on the whole cares about them as a person and wants to minimize any suffering that's created for them outside of work as it relates to their job.
Because commitment and retention appear when employees are in their ideal job doing meaningful work for a great boss.
What matters most to you? In your life, what is most important? It turns out that what matters most to us has nothing to do with work. But for most people, our work is a means to an end. Our work is how we take care of what matters most to us. And the same is true for all the people who work for you. But here's what else I know. If working for you positively impacts what matters most to them, well, then you've cracked the code. And if you want your best people to never consider going anywhere else, you have to create for them a life that they can't get anywhere else.
These are the 3 areas of the employee experience where your organization must excel. These 3 experiences, when named by an employee, turn your organization into a destination workplace for them.